What up guys, Victor here, and today I'm doing something I have not done in a very long time, and that is snakehead fishing. I'm going bullseye snakehead fishing with my good buddy, Alec. So I'm not just snakehead fishing, we're gonna do a catch and cook with snakehead, and I'm excited to do that because I've eaten them before. They are very tasty. So if you guys are not familiar with the snakehead, it is a very invasive species that we have here in South Florida. Other than that, let's get to it. You guys want to see some fishing and you guys want to see some cooking, so let's get to it. Oh, it is a snake. Nice. I heard the pop, but then your hook set was like so delayed.
I didn't know I had one.
Get him in.
Oh,
yeah.
Throw down.
Yes. What do you think?
Thing brawled. So
this right here, guys, if you guys don't know, this is a snakehead. Older viewers definitely know, but a lot of you newer, ow! A lot of you newer viewers might not know, but this is a bullseye snakehead. Very, very invasive to South Florida, but it's so much fun. Huh? No, not this one.
It's too big.
No, it's too small. I want to keep a bigger one, yeah. Got one. That's a little one, isn't it? Yeah, that one went straight down. Alex got number 2.
Snagged it.
Did you, or he's just lassoed? No, he's just lassoed. But that's a baby. I think they're pretty fish. Check him out. Listen to this. That's his head. That's how hard it is.
It's like a cobia.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, Alex up to number 3 and I'm up to number 0 now.
Fatty.
That's another 4-pounder probably. So today we're doing a catch and cook with this guy right here. This is a bullseye snakehead. Very, very, very invasive to South Florida. They were introduced here in the C14 canal around the Pompano Beach, Coral Springs area, and they have just flourished all the way down to Miami, all the way up to Wellington. And some people think they're a problem, some people don't. Now, FWC allows you to do what you want with them. You can either release them or you can harvest them. There's no limit on them. You can keep as many as you want. The thing with these guys is you are not allowed to transport them from one body of water to another, and that's the whole thing with these guys. So I'm going to keep this one just in case we don't catch anything else. Oh, they're in here.
That was a sick.
Oh, I honestly was done with my cast and didn't even know he was there. Scared me.
Dude, it sounded like a snook blow up.
Right? So aggressive. Well, we got 2 for the catch and cook. Let's let him chill there. That's a tank! That's a nice one.
I don't know about him, but he's definitely like bigger than 6.
Oh no, he's 8-9 pounds, I'd say.
I'm gonna have a shirt on my jig with the trailer because I had a basket in it and took the trailer off. I literally ate a little worm on the jig.
Really? Here, let's try to bleed him.
Look at this.
Hey, I've never bled a snakehead, but I'm gonna try. There we go. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, come on. Squirt for me, baby. Oh, he's bleeding. Look at that. Alec, look, 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 look.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's gushing. Nice. All right, let's get a couple more of those. Oh, that's a little one. Wow, that is a micro guy. Dude, tiny. Well, it's the first one in this spot. He's tiny. I'm not even gonna keep this guy. But that is a sign, as I said, since these guys are invasive, that's a sign that they're breeding. These little ones goes to show you that they're reproducing successfully and they're thriving. Alright guys, so like I said earlier, I said that these fish are invasive species, and so what that means is in South Florida, these fish were not native to this area before 2000. In the year 2000, I don't know what happened, but we had a fish farm around the C14 canal in the Coral Springs area that had these guys in it, these bullseye snakehead, and they escaped into the wild. And needless to say, they flourished, you know, just like with a lot of other species in the tropics. It just provided a really good climate for them, and they have expanded like crazy. They can be found from one little farm, and now they're all the way down to Miami and all the way up to Wellington, and I've heard them as far north as West Palm Beach. So they have expanded a lot in the last 17 years. And I think it's funny that we say that they're invasive, but you know, there's a lot of invasive species that we have here in South Florida that nobody talks about, like the Maine cichlid and the peacock bass, even though that was introduced by FWC, which is our state legislature, which is our state wildlife commission, but they're not native to Florida either, and these species have thrived. Alright, so I guess what I'm trying to really get at is, at what point does the snakehead stop being viewed as this monster that's just invading our waterways and stop being viewed as this invasive species? Because if you guys live down here or are like me, you know that this species is very well established. It is very suited to live in this environment, and our waterways are just way too connected for an effort to try to eradicate them. They are not going to be eradicated. They are here to stay. So I think at this point, instead of trying to kill them all just for the sake of killing them, you know, you let people choose to kill them if they'd like to, and the FWC does not allow us to transport them from one body of water to another to try to stop their spread. But I think that they should start to be viewed as more of a game fish, and you know, educate people on the fact that you can kill them, you can eat them, what they're about, instead of trying to just put this giant tag and giant bounty on them to try to just kill every single one. Because I think it's a wasted, futile effort, because they're not going anywhere. They're here to stay. So that's my 2 cents. You guys can interpret it as you want. Now these guys, since they are so round, they have a very deep body. It's kind of hard to lay them flat because they just slither everywhere. But I'm going to start by making a cut right here behind the head. Things about these fish is their head. I think that it's like almost like 1/3 of the weight of this fish is in its head, and I actually broke my knife earlier because I tried to stab it through his head and it completely broke the blade. But listen to that. That is how hard it is. I mean, you're not getting through that. That's like harder than cement. I'll tell you what, the one thing about these guys is they have very, very tough skin. Okay, so check it out, guys. This is what the fillets look like right here. And they are very firm. You can see that the meat is very white. It resembles that of a snapper, hogfish, a little bit darker than a snook would be. But I'm telling you guys what, it is the best tasting freshwater fish we got in Florida. It's honestly an unknown secret that a lot of people don't know about. What up guys, Chef Vic coming at you with another video. And today I'm cooking up some snakehead, that bullseye snakehead that you guys saw me fillet earlier. And I'm really excited because I have never made a curry style sauce. So I'm gonna take a go at it. I looked up the basic principle behind it, and I'm gonna try to do that alongside with panko crusted snakehead, and then I'm gonna drizzle the sauce on top. We're gonna make rice. It's gonna be a good time. My eyes are starting to burn because I was cutting up some serrano peppers and they are very spicy and hot. Those things are no joke. So let's get started. And the first thing we're gonna do is get on our sauce. Now for the sauce, the first thing that I did is I went ahead and added 2 tablespoons of peanut oil to my saucepan on medium-high heat, followed with a tablespoon of butter. Now I let it heat up, and then I'm going to add some onion. And I added 1 large whole onion, not too finely minced, but you know, small enough to where it'll cook quickly. And I let that go for 15 minutes until it's golden brown. And then I went ahead and squished a whole head of garlic, and I added that and cooked it on lower heat for only about a minute or 2. And then I went ahead and added my garlic onion oil mixture to a magic bullet. Now in my magic bullet, I'm going to puree the first part of my sauce, and I'm also adding tomato, 2 medium-sized tomatoes roughly chopped, as well as half of a serrano pepper. Now I didn't go ahead and do the whole serrano pepper because I don't want to screw up the entire dish and make it way too spicy at first. So I just went ahead and did half of the serrano pepper first, and then later on, if I want to add a little bit more heat, I'll go ahead and do that. Then we're gonna turn our pan back onto medium heat, and I'm gonna take the puree, warm it back up, and then we're gonna follow with the rest of the ingredients, the wet ingredients. I got some more peanut oil heating up in this pan right here, medium heat, and we gotta chop up some peppers and some mango. So I'm gonna cook these guys, saute them for a little bit, get them a little bit crispy, cook them, and then we're gonna add them to our pureed sauce, as well as some coconut milk and water to make our sauce bigger. And then at the very, very end, before it's time to serve, I'm gonna put it in the raw pineapple, or the raw mango, not pineapple, excuse me. All right, my peppers have been on the pan for about 10 minutes now, and they are looking fire. And here is the paste. I'm warming it back up, and now it's time to add the coconut milk. And this is just canned coconut milk. And I'm gonna start by adding half of the can first and slowly work it into the sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the whole can. As we're waiting on it to boil, I got a bunch of seasonings to add, and you guys are gonna see that next. I'm gonna do half of a teaspoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of cumin, and now turmeric. And turmeric has a very strong flavor, so only 1/4 of a teaspoon of this stuff. Alright guys, now let me show you a little secret. So if you saw one of my very first catch and cooks, you know that I told you that my grandma, her biggest tip when it comes to frying fish is to let them soak in a mixture of milk and salt. And I went ahead, and these guys have been soaking for 2 hours now, and she recommends to do it for at least 1 hour. And what you do is you put your fillets in, put just enough milk to get to the top, and then about half of a teaspoon of salt, mix it together, and I'm telling you, it makes a difference. I don't know what it is, your fillets just come out tasting so much better. Now don't forget those peppers that we cooked up. I'm gonna go ahead and add those, as well as some mango to our curry-ish type sauce. I don't really know if you would consider it a curry. That's just what I made the assumption. I think it's the closest it resembles, closest to. And I'm gonna go ahead and stir these guys in. I'm going to coat my snakehead fillets, and I'm not going to wipe off this milk. I'm going to go straight from here into my egg mixture, into panko, and then onto a plate to set aside. Do not get rid of the milk. Just let it drip off, just so it's not runny, and that's it. I just did a crucial step that I did not put on film, but I actually just ran my sauce through a blender and liquefied it, and holy moly, it makes a world of difference. This sauce tasted really good. Here's the blender. The sauce tasted really good before the blender, but when you actually put in the blender and really make sure everything is uniform in nature and you get every single spice blended throughout, it just becomes so good. So I'm gonna heat it back up and get it ready for the fish. Now it's time to fry these guys up. And this is actually the mango and peppers and onions that I mixed together with the sauce, but I set these guys aside so you can kind of do what you want. I'm not gonna leave it in the sauce, and I did not liquefy those. I kept those guys whole. I'm gonna move. Alright guys, well the fish was actually very good. The snakehead itself was a very good fish. Definitely recommend it if you guys are afraid to try it. Do not be afraid. It is a very good, mild tasting, non-fishy fish. But as far as the dish that I made goes, some things I would have done differently. Number one, I would have done the curry sauce differently. It was missing something. It was kind of bland, to be honest with you. It wasn't bad tasting, but even everyone in my family just said it was just it was missing something. I don't know what it was. Maybe you guys can help me out. Go ahead and comment below, you know. I'm always learning in this cooking thing. We're all in it together. And then another thing is the mango and peppers were so good by themselves. It would have been nice to have kind of like a cold pepper mango salsa, but I ruined it by mixing it with that hot curry sauce, and the sauce mixed with the mango was just, it didn't really go together. But you know, that's why I'm, you know, expressing it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If something doesn't taste good, I'm not gonna try to make it seem like it was better than it really was. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the whole dish. So if you guys like this video, please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So I'll see you in the next one. By invasive, but I just like a brain fart and what it means for you. Dick.
Behind the scenes with Landshark.
Here with this fish, I'm gonna. You Snapchatting me?